I'm late 5 minutes, I think. All right. So let me see the numbers of students that already here. We've got, okay, it's a good number for us to start. All right. Yes, good afternoon, Auni, Shahid. Okay, so first of all, there are two different files in PDF version had been shared with you earlier in the meeting agenda. I hope you had downloaded it. Yeah, you downloaded it? If yes, very good. If not, please download it. Yeah, while actually listening to the what we call this, listening to the like we call it assignment clinic number 1, right? Okay, so let us look at the content guidelines first, right? Let us look at the content guidelines file. Then we look at the assignment samples. It's not actually complete sample. Yeah, it's just like something like a template. All right. If I provided sample at the end of the day, I'm worried later on the Turnitin similarity will have a high numbers of percentage. Okay. So let us proceed. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Where is it? Right, the content guidelines. I had not shared yet. Hold on. Let me share the windows. All right. Then content guidelines. Yeah. All right. Can you see the content guidelines files PDF?
Yes, Miss.
All right. Very good. Thank you very much. Okay. Hold on. So for the hold on. All right, sorry. Okay, for the content guidelines, if you look at the content guidelines, in other words, last week I had introduced to you the assignment question. So some of you might wonder, might ask me, what should I start, right? What should I do? So I did answer some of the questions last week, right? I did answer the questions related to what are the wireless site survey application that they can use, right? And another thing that you maybe not remember, yeah, maybe another thing that you not remember during our very first week of semester. Some of you might actually just join us in week number 3, join us in week number 2. So you might actually miss, the module introduction part. Okay, for the module introduction part, I did share, what are the examples of the application. All right, what are the examples of the application that you can use in order to conduct the site survey? All right, in order to conduct site survey. So best thing, you can refer to the slides, to the module introduction slides in week number 9 for the name of the examples of application, all right, for the wireless site survey, for the wireless site survey. And if you still not recall, let me just open the slides for that and copy paste the part in our meeting chat, so then it will recall you about it. There you go. All right, so let me just copy paste. Hold on. Screenshot. Function print screen. Okay, this is the screenshot from the slides in week number 1 under module introduction. So I shared it in the meeting chat. There you go. So if you can see from the screenshot that I provided in the meeting chat, I repeat, from the screenshot that I provided in the meeting chat, you can see that I had provided 4 different, yes, applications for you to use. But not limited to this, yeah, class. If you want to have other than this, no problem. My concern is just that, is it the application that you use can conduct site survey or not? What mean by wireless site survey is a process of where you need to upload. I repeat, it's a process where you need to upload the floor plan of your site, of your current site. For example, let's say the floor plan of your current site is involve the first and second floor, means you want to involve both first and second floor of your home. So you need to have the first and second floor floor plans, yeah, to be uploaded to this wireless site survey. But some of you, maybe you just want to have your current site floor plan is living room and also the parking space, for example, the parking lot or parking space in front of your, somewhere near to your living room, right? So you can have only floor plan for that portion only. And some of you might actually having a family business. Maybe on the top floor is actually the place where your family members stay, yeah, your home. And below that, the ground floor is a shop lots, normally, right, the shop lots down there is a shop, up there is the place where you can, even office or even you can have your shop as well. But some family, they have upstairs for their home space. Down there is their office. So it depends. So in that case, maybe you want to have both floor as the floor plan to be uploaded to this site survey tools, or you want to have just the shop lots ground floor day to be uploaded as a floor plan, right? So normally all of these application required that floor plan to be uploaded. And some student might ask me, Miss, where we can get that floor plan? Simple thing, if you are not having a floor plan provided by developer, if you don't have a floor plan provided, normally when you buy a house or we buy the shop lots, yeah, they what you call it, they have something like an agreement, agreement for the owner to sign. They include the floor plan, yeah, the floor plan, all right, normally provided by the land survey, office, all right, you can have that, no problem. But if don't have, don't feel bad about it. You can just draw on your own. Yeah, I know some of you might worry, Miss, it's not an exact measurement of my house, the square feet, etc. No worries. Yeah, yes, it's true. We want you to expose with what actually available out there, but then with the limited resources, you still can upload your floor plan, no issue. All right, the one that you draw on your own. And if you ask me what application needs to draw the floor plan, again, we are not actually make it formal or compulsory for student to use certain application. Any free tools, free application, or maybe just Microsoft Visio, all right, to draw the floor plan, no issue, okay? And even some of my students even use Microsoft PowerPoint, no problem. It's up to you. Normally they go for the landscape orientation, all right, no issue. So once you have that floor plan, that's already good. But to have that floor plan, you need to decide as well, yeah, which site, which area within your house, or which sites that actually can be assessed by you in order to conduct this site survey. So after upload it, of course, depends on the application you use or the tools that you use. Are not all, you can use either the eKahau normal version, or you can use the eKahau Pro trial version for 17 days, Xrelix, and then VisiWeb or others. There are more, please find. Yeah, and even some operating system kind of desktop that you have, they have, you know, the free one for the what we call this, for the site survey tools. Okay, and please, as I mentioned earlier, I don't want you to buy the tools, yeah, unless if you afford, then it's different story, yeah, it's different story. Okay, and also I think for network student, mobile students, yeah, maybe you think that you want to have your own freelance business after this, and you feel that I think I better get one of these so that I can suggest or I can consult other people how they can improve their wireless infrastructure in future. Yes, go ahead, why not? Yeah, because you have planned for your career, you have planned for your future career or future prospect, no issue. But again, if you're not afford, please don't do so. Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah, not worth it yet. Maybe for future, you just put it KIV, keep in view. Clear, class? All right. So let me just see. Is there any question involved here in the? Okay, Miss, the blueprint is enough only to show the furniture. Okay. Thank you, Sarindra. Actually, Sarindra, if you if you upload the floor plan, actually without the furniture, no issue. Without the furniture, no issue, Sarindra. But then later on, when you analyze, when you look the result of the site survey, yeah, when you look at the result, and then you wondered, why this site actually the pattern, the color pattern is not as green as the other side. Then you might wonder, what is it this place? Is it there's a furniture or not? Is it there's a pillar, or is it there's what we call it, there's a wall, no, not wall, normally what we call this partition, yeah, partition. All right, so in other words, some students, they include the furniture as well, so that easy for them to analyze it later on. Some students, they did not include furniture, but they will cross-check, they will cross-check this part having what, this part having what, in order for them to finalize their analysis result. Okay, so we make floor plan and the use of the site survey application on the floor plan. Okay, yes, Kelvin, we need to do the floor plan because we need to upload the floor plan on the site survey tools. Yeah, most of the site survey tools, they will request you to upload the floor plan first. After you upload, then you can move around at your site with your laptop, with your mobile on or connected to the wireless infrastructure. Okay. And then another question from Vincong here. Do we need to draw the full floor plan if we choose living room for site survey, or we just draw the living room only? Okay, Vincong, just draw the part that you want to involve in your wireless infrastructure. It means that just your living room. Okay, I think, Vincong, if you just draw for your living room, means it must be very complicated. It means that you must better for you to include the furniture and the material used for the furniture in the legend site, so that it will be useful for your analysis. But for some students, they choose or they're selected a very larger scale of a site, then maybe no need to be very detailed with furniture. All right, but if just one small space, better you make a complete one. All right, Vincong? A complete one means just living room with its furniture and also the details of the Windows panel and etc. All right, okay, so we proceed, yeah, class, back to the what we call this, the content guidelines just now. All right, class, this one is just content guidelines. When I set guidelines, you don't penalize yourself. It must follow lah. If we don't follow later on, we cannot get 100%. No, class. Actually, class, how is it the report? Of course, you must have table of content, right? And here of course, you must have cover page. This one is understandable. If you don't have cover page, means how I want to know the assignment is by who. Without looking at, sometimes I need to go back to the name details, the list of the name. I click what just now. So if the cover page is already there, at least I can see your name immediately while I'm marking your work in the report. Okay, same goes to the moderator and external examiner. Okay, that's one thing. And another thing, cover page, some students said must use AP1. If we don't use AP1 later on, we are not following the standard or what. Actually, you want to use the AP1, can, but the issue is similarity percentage. I don't want that. I don't want that. It's good enough if you just get a APU logo, create the, just grab anyway, screenshot or what, crop it, etc., and create your own cover page. And make sure your cover page reflect the content of your site survey. For example, maybe you have a cover page saying that a site survey for what? If your plan is to convert your living room for e-office or e-consultation service, then you have a site survey for e-consultation office, for example. Okay, or site survey for e-bakery, for example, or for online bakery company, whatever. Create it, treat it like something that will be useful for future business or future implementation. Right now, okay, clear about the cover page. And then next one, abstract. Okay, for abstract, as usual, we need to have abstract, especially I want to see the overall idea about your report, your content. Okay, your report or your content. And normally, hold on, just a while. Okay, for example, let's say normally abstract, they're having three things. Yeah, three things, abstract. There are three things in abstract. The first one is you must have purpose. What's the purpose of your report? Or objective. Okay, this the objective of this site survey is for what, for example. Okay, and then methods. Methods normally for you to provide, some of you will do interview, you will do questionnaire, you will do observation. And also you will do a product evaluation, or you will do secondary research in order to find out a better or a good solution. That is methods. Means your methods can be from interview, methods of gathered the data actually. That's what I mean. And then important findings. So what are the important findings? This one normally you will only able to provide it after you complete the whole assignment. Means after you complete the site survey and you provide recommendation, it is found that a living room, or you can say that a space of a living room, consists how many square feet, for example, is actually actually having problems in relations to wireless infrastructure, such as problems when it comes to the use of 2.4 or 5 gigahertz frequency of internet connection, and the recommendation will be what? So that's the important findings. Normally, important findings is tally with the conclusion. Conclusion, what you actually achieve. Clear for abstract. All right, so we proceed to the next one. Introduction. Introduction, you just introduce. This proposal is to propose what, for who, not for who lah, for future or for future online business, etc. All right, and then introduce as well. This report consists of two main chapters. That is wireless LAN site survey and wireless LAN deployment, for example. Or if you have more chapters, then just mention it there. Okay, actually for your assignment, we just We just need two main things: wireless LAN site survey and also deployment. All right. So what is wireless LAN site survey? Is actually involve this one, this part. This part. Okay. All right. And then before you move on to this wireless LAN site survey, all right. Hold on. I need to hand over this young man to someone first. Wait, sorry. All right, sorry for the advertisement. Okay, we proceed. Where am I just now? All right, before you move to this wireless LAN site survey, of course, you need to introduce your current site. All right. Means just now you introduce. Currently, the current space is for living room. Living room where it having some appliances such as smart TV, wireless router, what else are normally at the living room, and then there's a partition, whatever you introduce. And then you, of course, here also you will provide the floor plan. The floor plan. Some of you might say, Miss, why we want to provide the floor plan there? Of course, you need to introduce your current site. So when you introduce your current site, you need to show how the floor plan looks like. And I still remember some student, you know, they even put effort to put how their living rooms looks like. You took your pictures, no problem. Okay, so that we can understand better the current site. And other thing, what you can introduce, you might actually want to introduce that the materials or the what we call it, the structure of the current site, you know, like the current site, you know, or is actually fully utilized with mosaic, or I don't know, whatever you want to introduce about your current site. Okay. Right, next one is assumption. What is assumption? Some students, they will not have assumption because whatever they shared there is for real. Everything is for real. Nothing to be hide. And all the resources they got is with them. So they no need to do assumption. So no problem. But some students, they need to have this section, assumption, because they need to come up with assumption like, you know, it is assumed that the current site, currently, because they don't want to share, they don't want to openly share what is available in the current site for privacy reason. So that is assumed that currently the site is only having a simple what we call it, a simple a design way actually to be prepared for the launch of online digital marketing company, you know, something that you want to create, you know, that is not for real. But some students, they do it for real, then that less numbers of assumption. Okay. And then whatever measurement, some students also come up with not a fact lah, something like they're not sure what the exact measurement, how many square feet, etc. So they assume, then you can include here as well. Right? So in other words, this part is whatever you're not sure, you don't have resource, like one student just now, they got the blueprint, so that one is not something that created, not something that being assumed. So no need to provide the details here. But some students, they don't have the floor plan, they need to draw on their own. So they need to mention it is assumed that the floor plan is are provided based on the design drawn by the researcher, for example. Right? So I know that it's not from the developer, the floor plan. It's actually you draw it on your own. Okay. Okay, so not necessary, this assumption depends on the researcher condition. Any question on chapter 1 before we move on to site survey? Does it have to be an adjustment to our home or can, all right, Ajani, hold on, wait, I answered the Kelvin question first. Later I skip it later on. Wait, Ajani, wait. Oops, where is it just now? Okay. The floor plan needed is from the Wi-Fi to the site only. Kelvin, I don't really understand your question, but of course, the floor plan need to be covered with the current wireless infrastructure. The one that you want to conduct the site survey, and also the one that you want to improve its wireless infrastructure. All right, you don't involve, like for example, you want to have a wireless infrastructure at your living room, but your floor plan is master bedroom. Of course, it's not related. Okay. Wait, Abir, yes, Abir, you talk first. What is it you want to say?
Miss, let's say the company is connected with the living room and is sharing the Wi-Fi. So do I include both for the floor plan or?
Yes. So it's like this, Abir. If you want the current site is just living room, all right, and the improved one will be just living room, no issue to have just living room. But in your case, you already have planned something that you want to involve not only living room, but also another connecting room next to the living room. So the current site have to be both as well. You cannot ignore the connecting room in the current site because you will have it in your improved one. Am I right? And I know some student might say that the connecting room is not is not having any internet connection yet. No problem. If not any internet connection yet, no problem. Just include it in the current site. Just include in the current site. Okay, just include it in the current site and then improve it later on. All right. So in other words, your current site must be something that you will deploy later on. You will improve later on. All right. Another question. Hold on. Okay, Abir, is it I'm answering your question? If not, you can ask again. Okay, Ajani first. Ajani question, does it have to be an adjustment to our home? Or can it just be something that we imagine? Ajani, you cannot do something that you imagine for the current site because you will conduct site survey. For example, you imagine that the deployment later on will have will have 2 rooms, but the current site only 1 room. Cannot be something that you imagine. All right. If the current site is just 1 living room and then 1 bedroom connecting to it, so the improvement, the deployment later on have to be the living room and the room that connected to it. Clear? Cannot be imagined. The imagine one is maybe you want to do your business, for example, the like online what we call it, consultant company. That is imaginary because you're not actually think about it, right? What I mean is the imaginary one is the maybe type of business process. What are business operation that you will involve? But the site cannot be imagined. You cannot create. You cannot create something like having like 1 big land, but later on when you conduct site survey, it's just in 1 room. Cannot, right? And then Wei Xiang asked if already had current site background, we still need assumption or either one. Actually, Wei Xiang, you already have a current site. As I said just now, if the resources that you got is very clear, nothing for you to hide. It's already there. Everything you shared easily for you got resources, then no need to do assumption. But some students they assume because of why they assume because they are not sure how many square feet. They are not sure this one is actually what you call it, what material. I'm not sure. I don't have a floor plan. I don't have floor plan that provided by provider, so I need to create one. That one is need assumption. Okay. So it can be ignored for those who are having a solid material or solid resources with you. All right, clear? Okay, proceed. Next one. All right. So after that, then you start Yeah, with the floor plan that you got, then you need to conduct site survey. This one is the wireless site survey. Site survey means the current one, current one, not the improved one, not the deployment one, the current one. Right? So you need to conduct site survey, of course, using the tools, and also you will gather data through observation, interview, questionnaire, etc. Okay, some students they conduct 3 of these. Some student only interview and questionnaire. Some student only questionnaire, because they already have many information from the secondary data. Maybe they already have a lot of information from a report, for example. But in my case, I will conduct all 3. Why I will conduct all 3? Because I'm talking about my home. My home, I don't have any journal. I don't have any research paper that being done about my home, because my home is the current site. So that's why I need to observe on my own. I observe. My own observe means I got my own checklist. I observe. Oh, this living room, what material, I observe on my own. I see with my eyes. All right, is it, I observe the users, morning time. Is it how many users normally connect to the internet, afternoon time, night time, etc. And I also conduct interview. Why I conduct interview? Because I need to know the user requirement. Like currently, if I want to upgrade my home for work from home, I need to ask my family members. Yeah, is it you willing not to connect to internet while I'm having class? Of course, the answer will be no. They want to connect to internet as well, because they are also working from home. Not working, they also study from home. All right. So I need to ask, interview. Or if I lazy to interview, why not? Why lazy? Because all the family members is still small. Still small, they're not able to give answer. They only just can choose answer, tick, 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 for example. So I will just provide questionnaire. In other words, interview, you will ask a very serious, not very serious, very complicated question, and you expect for very detailed answer. Questionnaire, you have control over it. Means you ask question and you expect your participant just to choose from the answer provided by you, and you don't expect them to give opinion. So that's why some students may ask me, Miss, should I choose interview? Should I choose questionnaire? Should I do observation? You ask yourself, what kind of data that you expect to gather? Then you got the answer, which one you should do. All right? Okay. And then when you conduct site survey using eKahau, for example, Astrilik, etc., you will have the result. For your information, some students said, Miss, one enough or not? One enough or not, the result? Actually, if you ask me, I don't think so, one enough. You know why? When you conduct site survey, different performance, different number of users using at a certain time. I still remember there are cases before the student said, the student even make an announcement to the family members, hey, don't use internet while I'm conducting site survey, later result upside down. You cannot say that. Why you conduct site survey? Because you want to see the current usage, am I right? So you can conduct it during morning time where everyone still sleep, for example, very early morning time, or at the very middle, at the middle of the night where everyone's still sleeping. The result of the site survey will be different compared to when everyone using internet or everyone connect to the wireless LAN infrastructure during lunch hour time, for example, or during peak hours time. All right. So that's the reason why this site survey result from the tools if you ask me one, or some students, they're not even satisfied only one. They even have different result if using 2.4 and even using 5 gigahertz. Understand? Right? Clear? Okay. Right, next one. Current where is it? Intended use. This one you need to, how you want to know the intended use of the current wireless LAN infrastructure. How you want to know? Of course, from observation, you can see normally your family members using it for what? All right, intended use. And then you ask yourself, because you want to convert it for online business, so what are the requirement that will be used? All right, what's the requirement that will be used in future? So we have the current one, and what's the expectation? Current and expectation can be discussed, no problem. Right now we talk about user. Current user, how many? Type of user. Maybe type of user, normally like heavy user, right? Full of graphic, etc., full of what we call it process, all right? Because they're using AutoCAD, for example. And challenges and expectation means what are the problem? Maybe they will share their problem through interview. And what's the expectation? Maybe what they want in future is actually, I don't know, what's the expectation? You need to ask them what they want in future. What do they expect, to have in future? Maybe the current performance is not as good as what they're required to support their current usage. And then what are the current hardware use? Your brother using what? Only tab or only mobile phone. All right? And then network devices. How many wireless router? What are the devices that currently you got? All right? Challenges and expectation. And again, what's the problem? You know, maybe your sister said using tab, she's not satisfied. And the expectation, she want to have desktop. But you know, if in future you think that one can be fulfilled, If not, then just ask her to maintain with the tab, for example. And then even the network devices. What's the problem? Is it always suddenly disconnect the internet, right? And then what kind of the antenna use? Is it can be both horizontal and vertical, where it leads to omnidirectional, or is it only vertical? Right, you need to see what's the current problem of it and what's the expectation. Is it you want to have it omnidirectional or just maintain the current one? Right, so this is more on gather the current situation, and also gather the problems identified, means the challenges, and also the expectation. This part site survey. And then what's the current radio frequency range? Is it 2? Is it 5? All right, maybe you can shade again the site survey result. If 2, how is it looks like? If 5, how is it looks like? All right, and then obstacles and propagation. If you still remember, we already learned in chapter number 3 about reflection, light of sight, diffraction. So be selective. Is it all that environment affected the performance of your current network or not? All right, or anything that you want to involve under obstacles and propagation, you can provide it here. And this topic, some student 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, they come by only one topic, where they talk about the current situation, identified problem or challenges, and then expectation. No problem. I don't have problem. That as long as it involves, I can see there's a detail about number user, usage, antenna or hardware, and then software. You know, I have all this information in the site survey, wireless line site survey. If I don't have all this information, it means that you're conducting site survey without following the factors required by industry. So in other words, when I see your wireless LAN site survey, I try to find where's the information about output power. There's no. Means they don't talk about hardware. They don't talk about antenna. Means you're losing point there. All right. Any question? Any question on chapter 2 for wireless LAN site survey? If already, okay, this one already. Okay, proceed. Next one. Deployment. This is under section B, right? Section B. Remember or not, your assignment question having section A and section B. Section A for site survey requirement, wireless LAN site survey, and section B required wireless LAN deployment. So deployment is just recommendation or suggestion. I don't expect you to implement for real the new one or the updated one. So that's why we need you to have a figure, diagram. So I already put note here, not wireless site survey figure. I don't expect wireless site survey figure, because site survey figure is the data that you gather, should be here. All right. Here is only figure before and after proposed wireless infrastructure network. For example, you can use packet tracer lah. For example, packet tracer, before this maybe only one wireless router and then one access point. But then after the recommendation one, the wireless router is no longer connect, the position maybe had changed, the place had changed, maybe you have switch, maybe you have additional number of access point, okay? Or maybe previously you are using fully wireless, 100% wireless, But in after recommendation, you have some part of backbone more on wired. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, where am I just now? So proceed. Next one. Oops. Is it the diagram? Right. So no site survey to be conducted for deployment. And then of course, based on the recommended before and after wireless infrastructure network, you need to justify why, how that proposed wireless LAN infrastructure able to deal with the current challenges. Justification on the radio frequency range network to be proposed or maintained. Like for example, if you are happy with 2.4 only, then just maintain it. If not, maybe you propose to have both. All right. And then justification on other improvement, whatever improvement, and make sure this improvement, be careful. Some students suddenly come up with improvement, but then when I see here, site survey, no challenges. Everything good, no challenges. Suddenly recommend so much. It need to be tally, right? I know some of you said means everything perfect already. I don't have any recommendation. Cannot also. I did mention that if no recommendation means you need to maintain, right? You need to maintain. So if you need to maintain, you need to justify why maintain. Why maintaining 2.4 gigahertz, for example? Why maintaining only one access point, for example? Okay. And why maintaining only fully wireless, not having some backbone of wired? Why maintaining the current software without having an upgrade version of software security software, for example? You need to justify as well. You don't think that without recommendation you're safe. You don't need to have this chapter. Cannot. You need to justify as well if you maintain whatever it is. Yeah. All right. And of course, when you maintain, when you recommend, it should be involve critical evaluation. When I said critical evaluation means there's an evidence saying that that's the best solution. That's the acceptable solution. That's the one that nowadays industry looks at, and nowadays solutions required. Yeah. All right. And last but not least, of course, conclusion. Highlight once again, what's the important findings? Important findings means what are the problem being identified and how the problem can be recommended with certain solution. And how is it the objective stated in chapter number 1 just now being fulfilled? If your objective is to improve the current wireless site survey in order to cater for work from home environment in providing online consultation service or company, then you need to see how the solution or the proposed solution here meet the objective that you stated earlier. All right. Next one, reference. MAC-PA, no more Harvard. Starting this year, 2021, we're already using APA style. Yeah. And then appendix. Normally, if student ask me what is it to include in the appendix, you can have either examples of the questionnaire, examples of the interview question, or maybe you can have the results of your observation checklist. Right? Okay. Any question for that content guidelines? And if you look at the sample here, this one just a sample. But again, not everyone have to follow this. Like this one, 2.1, 2.2, 2.2.1, etc. Some student even message me again, Miss, what to write under transmit power setting? What to write under antennas? If you don't want to talk about specific topics like this, you can eliminate this and just talk under this topic, wireless LAN hardware and output power. All right. And some students say, hey, Miss, I don't have issue in terms of reflection. I only having an issue of diffraction because my apartment is actually located in between of other apartments, like 5 apartments is actually next, I'm in the between of that 5 apartments. So the issue will be more on diffraction. Okay. So not necessarily all this environment will be in there. So it depends on the nature of your site. All right. And then even this radiation also. No issue if you don't want to have it. I just give an example what you can have. right? And even this deployment diagram, all right? Like I said just now, if we don't have, you know, you don't want to have a specific hardware, you want to discuss it in different paragraph, different hardware, also no issue, all right? No issue. And even you want to have a topic of critical evaluation, also no issue. Use your creativity. What I'm looking at, as long as your report having introduction, site survey section, and deployment followed with conclusion and reference. That's it. What inside here? Inside here depends on you how you want to organize it. But please bear in mind, for site survey, why I'm providing this detail, because this detail is related to the industrial expectation. Because when you conduct site survey, you must follow the industry requirement, right? Okay, and even when deployment one, some student they have both hardware and software in one section. In my case, I divide it because I'm having many hardware to recommend and many software to recommend, for example, right? And you can see even the sample here, I put XX, just example, you know, you can take a look, right? You can take a look how you want to include it. But again, if you follow like this, be careful, later we'll have a similarity percentage. I'm just giving an example what you can do, right? Okay, maybe this one I will discuss again in future assignment clinic. But I just share with you first. Maybe you just want to take a look and you set your plan. All right. Any question before I take attendance? Please ask while I'm assessing the attendance, because another 5 minutes before our class end. This one, right? This one, okay. Your T3, correct? Tutorial. Proceed. And then mark attendance. Mark attendance. And continue. All right. Oh, not yet. Okay. 700, the OTP number. Please take your attendance. I'm looking at, maybe there's a question asked. Okay, can this be applied if a house only supported by one mobile? Can Vincong, can. Means when you conduct that site survey, you need to switch on that mobile hotspot. Yeah, switch on that mobile hotspot, because the site survey will be connected to that mobile hotspot while you're conducting the site survey. All right? Can, no problem. At least it's considered wireless infrastructure. All right, class. If any other question, you can ask me here. All right, will come in handy. Yeah, sure. We will discuss again, Abir. As I mentioned earlier, this is only the first assignment clinic. This is the first assignment clinic. We will have more assignment clinic 2, 3, etc. All right. It depends. If you need me to prepare on how I can guide you for assignment, please approach me personally. Said, Miss, can we have a session where we have this and that? No issue. You can request, no problem. I can see either I had discussed about it before, or I can see either we can have another session for that. All right. Okay, so whatever it is, as I promised, I'm not going to dump the whole assignments to you like that. I will guide you bit by bit. So I hope when I guide you bit by bit, you also start doing it bit by bit. It's not that waiting for everything to come with you and then do it one shot at very last few weeks, okay? Yes, you need to decide. You need to decide what are the sites that you want to do. If the area has bad connection, can be included in the floor plan. Yes, you should, Gavin, because if that area is bad connection, no, the whole idea, Gavin, you want that area to be improved or not? Or is it you want the area to be involved or not in your future network infrastructure? The whole idea why we conduct the site survey, because we want to improve the current site. So in my case today, I told you that I want to convert my master bedroom for my work from home environment. Am I right? I want convert my master bedroom to office, e-office. So my site is only my master bedroom. I don't want to involve my children's bedroom. I don't want to involve my living room, for example, because I want to convert only that portion. So in your case, Gavin, if you want to involve that room, as your company or future company or for your future work from home environment, then include it. You no need to worry either it's bad connection or what. Actually, bad connection better, so you can see how to improve it in future. Right? Okay, another 3 minutes before the class end. Sure, you're welcome. Anyone that having attendance problem, not attendance problem, you're having issue to capture your attendance, please let me know. All right, if everyone able to take your attendance, I think, yeah, we may leave, no problem. Sure, Kelvin. All right, sure, Dafa, no issue. Okay, class, when I provide the sample, when I provide the assignment clinic, I'm expecting you to start early as well, okay? Maybe we have another session in future to talk about other things like plagiarism and etc. No problem. All right, thank you very much, class. That's about it. Till I meet you all again next week, Wednesday. All right? Okay, take care then. Bye-bye.